everybody. I've written a little 4-bar melody for 4 voices. On the bottom, we'll have a baritone singing the melody, and the melody goes like this. And then I've harmonized the melody with 3 singers singing chords or triads on top of the melody. And I've used a C major going to a G major, C major, G major, C major, G major, C major. The bottom note of each triad is sung by a tenor. So he's going to be singing this: C, G, C, G, C, G, C. And the middle note is sung by a woman, an alto, because their voices are higher. So we have E going up to a B, E to a B, E to a B, and finishing on an E. And the top voice will be sung by a soprano, which is even higher. So we have a G going to a D, G, D, G, D, G. So let's see what the whole thing sounds like. So after hearing that, you might say, hey, that sounds pretty good. But my question to you is there a different way we could write this G major triad so that each individual singer doesn't have to sing up a fifth and down a fifth? Are there notes within the G triad, for example, that are closer to this C than going from this C to a G? So that's what we're going to take a look at now. So if we look at the 2 root position triads, we notice that there is a note closer to C than G in the G major triad, and that note is a B perhaps. It's either a B or a D, but let's go with B. And then is there a note closer to E than singing all the way up to B? And you say, yeah, sure, D. And then this is a no-brainer for the soprano. The note closest to G is the G itself. It's a common tone within both of these triads. So our solution to the puzzle is simply to take the B and D up here and write it down here. So we have now a first inversion G triad. Let's see how that sounds. Boy, that's a lot smoother than... and it won't interfere with the melody as much. So here we go. So you see, the right hand is a lot less intrusive and you can concentrate more on the melody. And that brings us to our new sheet today, where we'll be playing 1-5-1, but now using root position, first inversion, root position. And this structure, harmonic structure of 1-5-1, is also known as a progression. It's a very simple progression because it only uses 2 chords. So before going any further, I'd like you to print out these 2 sheets. And then, as we did in the past, the last lesson, label the chords: C, G, C, and then Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 5, Roman numeral 1. And the next thing I want to explain is the particular fingering we're going to be using for each hand. The right hand will be using 1, 3, and 5, meaning thumb, middle finger, and pinky. The first inversion triad will be thumb, 1, then 2 and 5. The left hand, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to begin with 4, 2, and 1, and play the first inversion triad with 5, 3, and 1. And we're going to do that throughout. All right, we're going to begin with C major, C, E, G, using thumb, 3, 5, and then go to first inversion with thumb, index finger, and pinky. So let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, 4. Let's move on to C sharp major. C sharp, E sharp, G sharp is our 1 chord. The 5 chord is B sharp, D sharp, G sharp. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, off, off. 2, 3, off. And now we're going to try the enharmonic equivalent of C sharp, which is D flat major. So we're playing the exact same thing with different note names. So we have D flat, F, A flat for the 1 chord. 5 chords now, A flat major in first inversion, C, E flat, A flat. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And moving on to D major, we have D, F sharp, A. That's our 1 chord, 5 chords, A major with C sharp, E, A. And don't forget, do your staccato exercise every now and then. Because each one of these structures that you're building with your fingers is going to be different depending on the chords that you're playing. All right, so let's try D major. There we go, going to A major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off again. 2, 3, off. Good. Now E flat major. E flat, G, B flat. Going to D, F, B flat. That's our first inversion 5 chord. B flat major. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And moving on to E major. E, G sharp, B. It's our 1 chord going to the 5 chord. B major in first inversion. D sharp, F sharp, B. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, and off. And let's move on to F major. F, A, C is 1. And our 5 chord is E, G, C. C major in first inversion. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. And F sharp major is all black keys. F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, followed by E sharp, G sharp, C sharp for the 5 chord, which is C sharp major. Now in all black keys, I'd recommend doing the staccato exercise because you're going to see you're going to need to have flat fingers. Notice my thumb is extended, and when I come down to the white key now, it's a little flexed. So these molds, you want to figure out before you're playing the chord, so you could just pick up and drop using those forms. So let's try F sharp major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. And now we have its enharmonic equivalent with G flat major. We're just renaming the same notes. G flat, B flat, D flat is 1. And then we have D flat major in first inversion, which is the 5 chord. F, A flat, D flat. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. Get off. 2, 3, off. And G major is next. G, B, D. That's our 1 chord going to the 5 chord. D major in first inversion. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. Next is A flat major. A flat, C, E flat. That's our 1 chord. A 5 chord is E flat major in first inversion. G, B flat, E flat. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. 2, 3, and we're off. And we'll move on to A major. A, C sharp, E is our 1 chord. 5 chord is E major first inversion. G sharp, B, E. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. Next is B flat. It's our 1 chord. 5 chord is F major. A, C, F. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. Get off. Get off. Bounce, 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 and off. Okay, and the last one, well, actually the second to the last for the right hand is B major. B, D sharp, F sharp. That's our 1 chord. Our 5 chord is F sharp major. A sharp, C sharp, F sharp. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. And 2, 3, off. And the last chord, or triad, is C flat major, which is the enharmonic equivalent of B major. Different names, though. We have C flat, E flat, G flat. And then for the 5 chord, we have B flat, D flat, G flat, which is the G flat major triad in first inversion. So let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. 2, 3, and off. All right, let's look at the left hand now. C major. 1 chord going to G major, 5 chord in first inversion. And again, we're using 4-2-1, so I want you to do the staccato exercise because it's going to be very different for each one of these. We're using 4-2-1 because there's an easy transition from 4-2-1 to the 5-3. So let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, off. 2, 3, off. Good. Now we have C sharp major, C sharp, E sharp, G sharp. First inversion 5 chord is B sharp, D sharp, G sharp. It's G sharp major in first inversion. So 4, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, 4. And then on your sheet you have the N harmonic equivalent, which is D flat major. So we have D flat, F, A flat, followed by C, E flat, A flat. So A flat major is now the 5 chord. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. Get off. 1, 2, 3, finish. All right, moving on to D major. D, F sharp, A. The 5 chord is A major, first inversion. C sharp, E, A. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, off. Off. Next is E flat major. Going to the first inversion, B flat chord for our 5 chord. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, again. Get off. Get off. 2, 3, 4. And next we have E major, followed by B major in first inversion. D sharp, F sharp, B. Let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2. Good. And that brings us to F. F major. 5 chord is C major, first inversion. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and off. Get off. 2, keep bouncing. Remember, you bounce, keep your wrist loose, and if your wrist is loose, your fingers can move much more easily. Okay, we're up to F sharp major. And again, try this out. See what form results in your fingers as a result of doing that. See the difference? All black keys. Okay. All right, let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. And next to that on your sheet, you have G flat major, which is G flat, B flat, D flat. The 5 chord is now D flat major in first inversion, F, A flat, D flat. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. All right, this brings us to G major. That's our 1 chord, 5 chord, D major, first inversion. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. Next is A flat major, 1 chord, 5 chord, E flat major, first inversion. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, and off. And next we have A major as our 1 chord, going to E major, first inversion as our 5 chord. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, off. 2, 3, off. B flat's next. 1 chord, 5 chord, F major, first inversion. Try 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, get off. Keep bouncing, bounce, 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 and off. Next is B major. That's our 1 chord. F sharp major in first inversion is our 5 chord. Let's try. Look at where my 4th finger is now. It's way in here to accommodate these 2 fingers. All right, let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And the last chords on your sheet are C flat major, the enharmonic equivalent of B major. So now we're renaming these notes C flat, E flat, G flat. And the 5 chord is G flat major, which is B flat, D flat, G flat in first inversion. So let's try that. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and please hit subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.